Hey everyone, today's topic is the nature of duality, the dualistic universe, and what that means when we are trying to manifest the lives that we want. My name is James Jerome, and if you like this content, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button because I release videos often related to the topics of creating your reality, expanding your consciousness, raising your vibration, meditation, all of those fun things, and you don't want to miss out when I post a new video regarding these topics. Let's begin with this statement. Everything in the known universe is dualistic. And we can see evidence of that when we see contraction and expansion, when we see light and dark, when we see positive and negative, and in our feelings, when we feel good. We know that we feel good because we know what bad feels like. When we are happy, we know that we are happy because we know what sadness feels like. We know it's light out because it was dark out before. This is the nature of duality. Duality is the driving force behind creation. So in comes dualistic nature. So when you have the opposing forces, you're never on one harmonious path. You always have the opposing forces magnetizing and creating a friction in a way, and that friction is what drives creation to evolve on itself. And this is where duality comes in. Duality, we learn and grow because the world is full of opposing forces. We know why we don't like something because we compare it to the things we don't like. We know it's dark out because we know what the light is. We know when something is good because we know what something is bad. So we have a comparison. There's always that opposing force driving us to actualization or learning and growth. I mean, that's essentially why we manifested our soul personality into this 3D reality. We knew that a dense dualistic reality is challenging, and that's why we came here, in order to exponentially speed up our growth, because dualistic nature, it's going to do that. If there's no opposing force, there's no reason to grow and learn. Keep that in mind when you're fighting negative thoughts and feelings, or when that comes up, because that is a huge driving force in your life. I would even go as far to say that we are a three-dimensional solid realization of God itself. So if you go through your life thinking that you are the 3D solid actualization of the mind of God, then it gives you more peace in the reality that you might be currently in. God, mind, energy is in everything, so it clearly is within you, and the fact that you're a human being and you have the ability to discern duality, or the dualistic nature of reality, you are that much further along the spiritual evolutionary path than, say, the mind of a plant or a tree that just exists through the seasonal cycles. It grows physically, but spiritually there's not much advancement because it's not able to experience the dualistic nature of our reality and make decisions based on that. So we're really lucky to be human beings experiencing this three-dimensional reality. I really want to drive home the point that dualistic nature is required. We need negativity in order to know positivity. We need the opposing forces. You need light in order to know what dark is. You need to know what bad is so that you know what good is. If none of those existed, we wouldn't move forward in our lives. And when you're dealing with negative thoughts and feelings, our tendency is to deny that side of ourselves and push it away. And what can happen when you take negative, destructive feelings and push them away is they don't actually dissipate. Energy doesn't dissolve, it just transmutes. So if you're taking a negative thought, which is energy, and you're not consciously releasing it, you're consciously ignoring it, it has to go somewhere, and normally it goes into our bodies. So, reliving trauma and pain is very difficult, and it's not something that people necessarily get excited about doing. But just know that if you don't become conscious of that side of yourself, it will create a life of its own, and it will start to begin to operate subconsciously. And this is where victim mentality comes in. Everyone creates the reality that they're in, whether they choose to acknowledge it or not. And so when you're in victim mentality, you've pushed away pain and sorrow, and you've pushed it outside of yourself, and you explain to the world that it is the cause of everything, and you're just floating through life innocent. That's not a way that you heal and grow. You don't push away that side of yourself that you don't want to acknowledge. What you really want to do is acknowledge and work through the pain and anger, the negativity, and bravely explore the darkness within you. I promise that when you explore that darkness within you, you will not be that way forever. Your tears will dissipate, and everything that you are feeling in the moment will be released. It might take some time, but everyone has their own journey. And if you're brave enough to explore that side of yourself, I promise that you will feel a lot better after it is over. When you understand that our reality is meant to have opposing forces, you will begin to go softer on yourself. You'll begin to be able to release and not feel as bad about yourself and your own negativity that you might carry inside. A lot of people feel bad about that dark side within them, but just know that the dark side within you needs to be there in order for you to be able to experience that light and that positivity in your life. And I just want to point out that I understand that we have extreme atrocities committed to our fellow human beings. And as much as we don't want this to happen and we want everything to be good, we need to understand that that in a free will dualistic reality, you will have people that will choose the darkness, and they will impose dark actions onto you. And I'm going to say just that if you had chosen to incarnate into an oppressive society, I applaud your strength and bravery. If you can find the harmonic, balanced strength within, you will be in a powerful position so that in terms of the collective mind, your strength and your balance will radiate out to those around you. When that strength radiates out, people will be able to see the atrocities committed, and they won't be so desensitized to it or pushing that away, that negative, desensitized version away. We know that our 3D reality is dualistic. We know that in order for us to grow and have an amazing life, we can't be pretending that we don't have negativity in ourselves. Trust me, if you are a being on planet Earth, you are dualistic in nature, and that is okay because that's our reality that we're in. Okay, so I want to go into practical applications to get yourself centered and create more ease in your life if you have an extremely dualistic nature, or if you're always just feeling like crap and negative, or if you're surrounded by negativity, or if you're living in a place that is awful or oppressive and you feel powerless. So this is what you can do. You need to figure out a daily practice that allows you to be centered, and when you're centered, the dualistic nature won't bring you off center. And I'm talking about being joyful and happy too. And I know this is going to sound really messed up, but if you are too on one side of the pendulum and too far on the other side of the pendulum, you are not in balance. It's bipolarism, and that's an extreme example, but you know, if you're constantly always really happy, what are you pushing away or ignoring about yourself that you're pretending doesn't exist? I know that a lot of people are genuinely joyful, and you know, I have times where I wake up and I'm super joyful and happy too, but at the same time there's always that dualistic side that creeps in as well. So we want to stay balanced and grounded. Daily meditations, daily centering in your pineal, daily protection of your vibrational auric field, making sure that your body is healthy. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're thin or that you're vegan, but that means that you are conscious of what is going into your body and how you feel energetically. A couple things that you can do for that is spinning your chakras, a video that I outlined earlier. You can connect to the earth, go for walks in nature. Stillness is what we need. When you're still, you will acknowledge the dualistic experiences that are coming at you, and you'll be able to sort of choose and move through that so that you can eventually reach that ultimate amazing love of life that we're all definitely looking for. And that might just happen internally. Your world might not change completely, but if you're internally in that state, it will reflect in the outer world. With that being said, I'd love to hear your comments on this video. I can take it if they're bad. Just know that I'm new, and chances are whatever you're thinking, I'm probably thinking it as well. Check out my other videos that I've done. They all refer to grounding, balancing, strengthening, and centering your energy and your vibration. And make sure you get notifications when they come out. But I think that's all that we're going. And enjoy the rest of your day, and happy vibrational balancing, everyone. Duality. I think I'm going to do a couple book reviews on duality. I have some books in my library at home that I will show to you guys regarding duality and the nature of duality. And that's what I read. That's how I came to understand where we are now. So I hope this information is beneficial for you guys, and have an awesome day and night. Bye-bye.